Imagine yourself in a moment of silence, your heart filled with questions about the future. You feel an inner transformation, a mysterious call that pushes you to think about a new stage in your life, marriage. But how do we know if this moment has really arrived? What if Allah was already preparing you for this great union? Have you ever wondered if there are subtle signs manifesting in your life, gently guiding you toward this divine blessing? Today, we will discover together the signs that clearly show that Allah is preparing you for marriage. These signs are not coincidences, but divine messages not to be ignored. Stay with us to explore how these signs manifest and how you can respond to them with faith and serenity. Strengthening your relationship with Allah. In our quest for happiness and peace, we often forget that it all begins with Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. Every believer desires a blessed life, and sometimes to achieve that, we must go through trials that strengthen our bond with Him. Do you feel closer to Allah lately? Do you have a deep desire to seek Him, to draw closer to Him through sincere prayers and renewed devotion? If so, know that this is a powerful sign that you are preparing for something great, something divinely ordained, marriage. In Islam, marriage is not just a union between two people. It is the fruit of Allah's mercy, a sacred act where two souls come together under His benevolent gaze. You begin to feel a deeper prayer of purification of the heart. It is often Allah who guides you to a path that prepares you for a future need filled with blessings. This spiritual quest does not happen without reason. Allah does not guide the heart without having a purpose for it, and in this search for His closeness, He prepares you to become a better partner for the one He has intended for you. It shows you that the first step toward a fulfilled life as a couple begins with the development of your own faith. One of the deepest truths of Muslim life is that every blessing comes from Allah, and that He is the one who prepares our hearts to receive this blessing. When you feel an inner change, a calming in your heart about marriage, and when you begin to see the blessings in your prayers and in your daily actions, know that this is all part of divine preparation. Allah prepares His servants with patience and guidance, but it is essential to know how to recognize these signs. He pushes you to strengthen your relationship with Him so that you are ready to welcome others with a pure heart and strong faith. Marriage is not a simple event, but a profound change, a new stage in your spiritual and emotional life. Therefore, every moment spent strengthening this connection with Allah is direct preparation for what is to come. The more you seek Allah with sincerity and devotion, the more He will guide you toward a blessed and harmonious marriage. This does not happen all at once, but through constant spiritual preparation. Pay attention to the signs of His presence in your prayers, your acts of charity, and in the sincerity of your intentions. When Allah sees that you are ready, He will open the doors to increasing patience and maturity. Increasing patience and maturity. Marriage is a path of patience, sacrifice, and mutual understanding. A path where every day is an opportunity to learn to love unconditionally, to accept others with their faults, and to evolve together. If you recently feel that you have become more patient, more capable of handling life's challenges with serenity, know that this is not a coincidence. It is Allah who is preparing you for one of the most important tests of your life, marriage. Such a test is not for those who seek only instant pleasures or selfish gratifications, but for those who are willing to go through the ups and downs with patience, faith, and perseverance. Patience in Islam is not simply the absence of frustration or anger. It is a deep state of soul where one accepts with calm and confidence the will of Allah in each situation. In marriage, this manifests itself through the ability to forgive, to listen without judging, and to always seek to understand rather than react. If you find yourself more able to see things from a different perspective, understand the difficulties of others, and not get carried away by your emotions, then Allah is shaping you for a married life that will be based on respect, communication, and mutual understanding. The trials you go through daily are, in reality, divine teachings. Allah is preparing you to respond with calm and dignity when you face challenges in your future marriage. It is not easy, but Allah never gives you a test greater than you can bear. If you are going through difficult times in your personal or professional life, know that each moment of patience brings you closer to the wisdom and maturity necessary to be a stable, understanding, and loving partner. Marriage is not free from challenges. And in Islam, every trial is an opportunity for purification and strengthening of the faith. When you find yourself facing conflicts or difficulties, Islam tells us that this is an opportunity to exercise patience with complete trust in Allah. By developing this ability to remain calm in adversity, you learn to honor the qualities necessary to build a fulfilling, stable marriage blessed by Allah. Remember that every little act of patience counts. Every time you remain calm, sincerely forgive, or choose to act wisely rather than react impulsively, you move closer to God's preparation for a thriving marriage. It is a journey towards greater emotional and spiritual maturity, and Allah, in His great wisdom, guides you through this process every day, making you stronger and more prepared for a successful married life. So, if you feel this evolution, if you discover a new version of yourself capable of facing life with increased patience and serenity, know that it is one of the most beautiful signs that Allah is preparing you for a marriage full of wisdom, peace, and blessings. The change in your priorities. There comes a time in life when the superficial things, the things that once occupied us relentlessly, begin to lose their luster. The desire to possess more, to seek ever more material goods, or to please others with appearances slowly dissipates. Instead, you will begin to feel a deep desire for stability. You aspire to found a home, to build a solid relationship based on lasting values such as faith, love, and mutual respect. This change in priorities is one of the clearest signs that you are preparing for a blessed marriage. When you turn toward deeper aspirations, toward goals beyond mere material comfort, it reflects a major spiritual shift. Your heart seeks to anchor itself in what is truly important: the companionship of a partner who shares your values, the emotional stability of a home filled with mutual understanding and support. You are no longer attracted to worldly distractions, but you feel an inner call toward building something bigger, more meaningful. This can be a sign that you are ready to enter the marriage phase, because marriage in Islam is not just a physical union, but a deep commitment, a shared responsibility between two souls. This change in your priorities not only concerns your vision of future life, but also your relationships with others. You begin to seek out soul companions who share your deep convictions and who understand the beauty of a life built on spiritual principles. It is no longer the quest for temporary pleasures that interests you, but the desire to found a stable and fulfilling union. You are now more focused on the spiritual, emotional, and intellectual aspects of a relationship because you have understood that these are the elements that form the true basis of a happy marriage. In this process of inner transformation, you move away from the frantic race toward material goods and realize that true blessings come from faith, loyalty, and wisdom. In your relationships, you seek to be a better version of yourself, not to attract admiring glances, but to build a shared life that is in harmony with the divine will of Allah. With this change comes a clearer vision of what really matters and what truly deserves your energy and attention. Marriage becomes a natural extension of this spiritual transformation, a means of honoring faith through commitment as a couple. This growing desire for stability is a divine calling. Allah slowly guides you toward the realization that the true treasures in life are not material goods or fleeting distractions, but actions that honor Allah and relationships that nourish the soul. Marriage thus becomes not only a personal quest, but a means of performing an act of devotion to Allah, where purity of intentions and actions prevails over all else. If you feel this change, this shift from a superficial world to a deeper and more spiritual quest, you are probably preparing for a marriage that will be an act of faith and a path to inner peace. The evolution of your character. When you feel an inner transformation, a profound change in the way you interact with the world, it is a clear sign that Allah is preparing you for the sacred union of marriage. This process is not simply limited to the outward appearance, but to a real inner work, a work of purification, growth, and evolution. You begin to notice subtle changes in your behavior, greater ability to forgive, increased open-mindedness, and a sincere desire to demonstrate kindness and understanding towards others. These changes are not coincidences, but divine signs that you are preparing for the great blessing of marriage. Islam teaches us that character is a fundamental pillar of marriage. Relationships based on pride, impatience, and selfishness cannot thrive. A strong and happy marriage is based on the ability of its members to respect, understand, and love each other deeply, even in difficult times. These are the qualities that make all the difference in a solid union: patience in adversity, generosity of heart, and the ability to forgive and grow together. If you sense within yourself a shift toward these behaviors, then Allah is preparing you to be the partner you want to be in your future marriage. Character development is a divine process that guides you to become the best version of yourself, not only for your own well-being, but also for that of your future spouse. You learn to see other people's flaws, not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. You discover that true strength lies in the ability to love and forgive, to demonstrate humility, and recognize that we are all imperfect. If you have developed greater tolerance and an accumulated ability to remain calm and understanding of the faults and weaknesses of others, this is a sign that Allah is preparing your heart to accept the other in all their dimensions. A refined and purified character is essential in a marriage. It's not just a matter of attracting a partner, but of creating a spiritual and emotional environment where love and faith can flourish. In Islam, marriage is seen as a means of perfecting one's faith and living in mutual compassion and respect. Marriage requires you to live in harmony with someone else, to put aside your egos, and to work together to build a home based on kindness and understanding. So, if you notice these signs of personal transformation in your life, know that this inner work is a direct preparation for this magnificent moment when you share your life with another human being in love and piety. This process not only transforms you to become a better partner, but also deepens your connection with Allah, because through the purification of your character, you become closer to Him. Signs in your dreams and intuitions. Dreams and intuitions often play a subtle but powerful role in spiritual preparation for marriage in Islam. Dreams can be a form of divine guidance, a way for Allah to communicate with us in a symbolic way. If you find yourself dreaming about marriage, or if recurring thoughts about a future relationship begin to arise in your heart, know that it's not just a figment of your imagination. Allah, by His infinite wisdom, guides you through these discrete signs. These dreams may be His way of preparing you for what is to come, whether that is meeting your soulmate or purifying your heart for the union that awaits you. Believers often report experiences where their dreams pointed them in a particular direction or showed them essential aspects of their future relationship. Intuitions are not just baseless thoughts, but divine inspirations that enlighten us on important decisions in our lives. If you feel a deep inner conviction that marriage is something that is coming, or if there are recurring signs appearing in your dreams, this may be Allah showing you His will. He is the one who guides our hearts and prepares us internally for the sacred union of marriage. It is important to understand that these dreams and intuitions are not necessarily literal, but symbolic. For example, you might dream of moments of shared happiness, joyful reunions, or even situations where love and mutual understanding are at the center of the experience. These are subtle signs of preparing your heart to welcome a blessed relationship. Allah sometimes uses our dreams to remind us that everything in this life is in His hands, and that love, peace, and tranquility in marriage are blessings that He chooses to bestow upon us when we are ready to receive them. In addition to dreams, your intuitions also play an important role. You might feel an inner certainty that your heart is ready to welcome the other. You may feel a deep calling to find love and prepare for a true shared life. These feelings are often Allah's answer to your prayers and your quest for what is right for you. If you begin to see signs in your dreams or have intuitions regarding marriage, it is crucial to remain attentive and welcome them as divine signs that guide you in the direction Allah has chosen for you. The most important thing about these signs is to keep complete faith in the wisdom of Allah. He chooses for us what is best, even if it does not always meet our immediate expectations or desires. Marriage, as a divine blessing, happens at its own pace, according to the will of Allah, and each sign, each intuition is a precious guide in this journey. You are not alone in this preparation. Allah guides you, supports you, and directs you through these moments of clairvoyance. Be open to these signs. Pay attention to what you feel and what you see, for Allah is preparing you for the sacred union of marriage in gentle but powerful ways, often through your dreams and intuitions. When you receive these signs, remember that it is a call from Allah to prepare you to receive peace and love in marriage, according to His infinite wisdom.